Hi, everybody. Welcome to Jimmy's First Gen Mini Rescue. I'm Jimmy, supposed to be rescuing minis, keeping the first generations on the road, usually the supercharged ones. But anyway, there's been no mini maintenance going on, no van maintenance going on, and no Subaru maintenance going on. However, I did get the van wheel speed sensor. It's a Bosch. It came in the mail. I've got it. And I also received Sharon's front struts for the Subaru, the Forester. They came. I haven't unboxed them yet, and I haven't put them on. We've been dodging rainstorms, just like everybody else on the East Coast, and flooding and everything like that, and it's getting ready to rain outside again. And it's hot and it's humid. So first of all, first and foremost, everyone please be careful. If you see standing water in the road and you're driving, turn around. Don't take the chance. Let's see what today's video or fortune says. Whoa. Let your hook be always cast. In the pool where you least expect it will be fish. Let your hook always be cast. In this pool where you least expect it will be fish. I guess that's one way of saying be open to new experiences, be open to whatever, because you just never know what that encounter with what particular person would be. It could be a friendship of a lifetime. Makes me think about, Einar, the guy I met in this book that we sailed the Caribbean. And if you don't get it, we sailed from Virginia. It took us 15 days to get to St. Martin, which was our first port of call. So that's 15 days with no internet, no YouTube, no anything, no email, nothing. So yeah, it was an ordeal. Anyway, you got to excuse me. I'm watching a bee fly around here because I had just been working in the bee yard trying to get that done in between rainstorms and whatever. So the bees are a little bit stirred up, so if I get a little distracted, that's because they're coming. Anyway, so yeah, be open to new experiences. Don't be afraid to, say yes to an adventure of some sort, or even just meeting somebody new, a person, a friend. Introduce yourself to a neighbor. Cast your hook out there. You never know. All right, because my neighbors, they're going to be getting some honey here in about 2 days when I bottle it up. Anyway. Because I'm a beekeeper, you can follow that on Jimmy's Neighborhood Bees. I'll put a link in the description too. Anyway, so today, what I've been doing, or for the past, day or two, I've been coming in and out of the storeroom, trying to reorganize things as best as I can. I bought this tool chest, or a cart, from Harbor Freight, not sponsored, but it was on sale. It's the 5-drawer deal. And so what I want to really do is get rid of a lot of things, is that bee again, a lot of things that I have on down here and put them in the cart if I can, and help use this to get me more organized. Nothing's been going on with the concrete pad because of all of this rain and the unsettled weather. We're due to get rain off and on, scattered showers every day this week. You're seeing this on Wednesday, but started this past Monday all the way to Saturday, we have predicted in rain in the 60-70% chances of rain. So they're not going to come out and do any of that until we get some better days. But everybody on the East Coast and Texas and places like that, the floods, help your neighbors when you can. Pray for the people in Texas if that's what you do. Yeah, try to, I don't know. Anyway, it's a tough one. But that's all I'm going to be doing here is trying to get better organized in here, so that when it comes time to do work, and I still want another cart. This one I'm going to be putting it over here, but there's so many things I have to move around. And yeah, so that's all I've been doing. I'm not gonna bore you with all of that, but I am gonna tell you about the projects that I still have to do. Parked in the back here is the 04 Mini Cooper S. This was our original car that we bought brand new with 0 miles. Well, it had, I think, 6 miles. But it's been here for about a month. It needs the fan resistor, which is a common thing on these cars, but you got to put it in front end service mode, sort of take the bumper, the front off the car, and then pull out the radiator. And you can actually change the resistor without pulling the radiator completely off the car. But I have one in the storeroom, or I have a couple that I buy 15, 20 bucks, and I'll change it whenever I get to it. The orange cord that's plugged in, the extension cord, is the battery tender, so it's on battery tender. I do start it about once every 2 weeks or so just to run it. All right, so that's project, whatever. I'm not even gonna number them, but they just have to get done. So that's one project. Another project, I'm not even gonna number them, like I said, this is a 2013 Mercedes-Benz Sprinter. The high roof, long wheelbase 170. The left, or driver's side rear, wheel speed sensor, according to my scan tool. Went out when we were coming home about 2 weeks ago. I got the part waiting in the house, and I just have to jack it up, take the wheel off. The rears are not that hard to change because there's no inner wheel lining as there is in the front. So it's just a matter of getting under there, unplug the old one, put the new one in. I believe it's a E8 bolt that holds it in place, which is a reverse Torx, but an E8 would hold it in place. And then sometimes you would have to use maybe some long nose, needle nose to wiggle it out. We don't have as much rust as some people may have if you're further north or you're in the snow belt, the rust belt. So usually I don't have an issue removing wheel speed sensors, or like on the Subaru, the wheel bearings. And so, not seen in the picture behind the van, usually parked, is the 2014 Subaru Forester. We bought that car new, and I think that one had 12 or 8 miles on it when we bought it. You know, of course, they do the test miles or whatever, they transport miles, however that works. But that car has 306,000 and some odd miles. I've never changed the front struts. So they're starting to squeak and make noise. So I ordered a set. They're actually sitting in the box in the back of this van. Sorry, I got distracted. There's a hummingbird. We keep hummingbird feeders out. So I always like watching the hummingbirds. Anyway, so I have them sitting in the back of the van. And like I said, once this rain and everything gives me time, plus Sharon's schedule, or she can drive one of the other cars, we'll get that, I'll get that taken care of. And that car is due for a vehicle inspection this month. So I got to get, it's not that the struts aren't part of the inspection unless the bearings on the top are bad. But I want to change the struts beforehand and then go get the inspection done. But we'll video that when I have time to do it. Okay, what's the next project? Okay. These two, 2005 Mini Cooper S Cabriolet convertible over there. The one I'm leaning on is a 2003 Mini Cooper S R53. This one, it's all like cosmetic stuff. I need center wheel caps. I don't know where they are. They're somewhere in the storeroom, so maybe by cleaning up, I'll find them and I'll put them back on the car. There are some interior lighting upgrades that I want to do to this car. And but other than that, I leave it covered up. I drive it when I need to go somewhere. When it's raining, I drive this one. When it's not raining and nice, I'll drive the convertible. Same with the convertible. It's running great. I do want to I changed the solenoids. That's the only automatic we have. And I changed the solenoids in the transmission, put these smaller, updated solenoids in that transmission. And I've driven, I think about 3,000 miles since I've done that. So I want to drain and flush the transmission fluid and put fresh fluid back in. Yeah, but that's always fun. And then there's a couple of cosmetic, like the interior lighting. I got some rope light that broke that I want to replace in that car. But other than that, the roof gap that I had, I put that, I don't know what you would call it, but it was like a little rubber seal up there, and that's been working fine. It doesn't leak in the rain, and it doesn't whistle when the top is closed, so we're all good there. Now let me show you another project you might not know. I call this my step Mini because this is the car that I replaced the alternator on. I'll put a thing up there, but I replaced the alternator and the wheel bearing, top wheel bearings in the front struts on this car when it belonged to a person out in Virginia Beach, and it came up for sale. We didn't need another Mini, so to speak, so my neighbor got the car. They use it for a spare. They don't have a full cover. The roof doesn't leak, but they just want to protect the roof because we park under trees. We park outside. But he did say he might be experiencing some harsh shifting. This is an automatic, 2006. So we may be doing the solenoids in this car as well. Now, I do have a valve body from a 2012 Cooper S in my storeroom with the updated valve bodies, the valve solenoids on them. Same thing that when I took the ones from the salvage yard for our car, I took two. I bought two. They were, I think, $60. Yeah. So. But they don't drive it because it's their spare car. So if somebody else's car is in the shop or something, then they'll drive that one. But yeah, so we may be driving this car, maybe do a look around once we get to going on that car. But yeah, but other than that, I mean, it runs great. It had an inspection. Only thing he really had to do for this car was get new tires, which he did. And I don't know, we looked at the brakes, they had a lot of meat on them, but he wants to upgrade, so. But anyway, we'll work on this car as time allows and when we can. The orange car back there, the elephant in the room, it needs a new transmission, which I have sitting back there because I took it from my parts car that I purchased. But I was gonna wait, and I am gonna wait until the concrete pad gets done before I move that car to the concrete pad and do all the work there. So it does need a new transmission, and I got new clutch to go with it. So yeah, that'll get done when it gets done. It's no emergency, but it was fun when I was driving it, and I need to get back to driving it. But yeah, it'll get done. And then of course it needs a full paint job. I'm gonna go back with the original color, which is hot orange. It's a 2005, but I may do a little something extra. So, and I think I'm gonna paint, or I'm not doing it, but I'm gonna have the stripes. I do want the stripes on this car. This will be the only car we have that has stripes, but I do want them on there. But I think I wanna get them painted on versus a sticker. Anyway, yeah, so that's that car. When I get to it, I'll get to it. Now, bonus is the boat. The boat's been here for a minute. I had shoulder surgery a while back and had pulled it out of the water because I didn't want it just sitting in the water. Had the bottom painted. I've got a few little nicks that may need to be fixed. And then one area that needs to be painted over where the fender rubbed a little bit. But I also have a new Bilge pump. Well, okay, I have a new bilge pump to replace the old one, and I have a second bilge pump that I'm installing. So that means drilling a hole in the side of the boat for the discharge. I want to have a secondary backup bilge pump for just because. Makes sense, right? And then also I have new electronics for this boat, a new transducer and a new electronics that have to go into the dash. The only other thing is we're taking all the cushions out and all the interior to get that reupholstered. Yeah, with some fabric. I think Sharon's been looking at different fabrics now. So yeah, that's bonus for this boat. And then it'll go back in the water and we'll have some boat not projects, but boat adventures, I guess, with this one. So yeah, anyway, so that's it. That's what I got going on. We'll get to them when we get to them, when the weather permits. It's hot out, it's humid out. If you're caught in any kind of storms, turn around. Don't go through standing water. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Anyway, so having said all of that and having showed you what I got going on, and when I get to it, I can get to it. Is this closed? Yeah, it's locked up. Anyway, so thank y'all for watching. Bear with me with the maintenance. Not everything is maintenance. You know, like I said, last week we drove the convertible. Normally it would take us 400 miles to get to our daughter's house and back, round trip. This time we drove, it was like 700 some odd miles because we went back roads, we went out of the way. We went to the new Buc-ee's that opened up on the Interstate 81 near Harrisonburg. Yeah, and so it was just fun. It's always fun driving a convertible through mountains, 2-lane roads, small towns. You stop and shop, you see some antique shops and stuff like that. You stop at little restaurants and snack places. So yeah, we had fun. We may have another trip with that car coming up, but if we do, maybe I'll video some of it and show you how it goes. But yeah, anyway, so that's it. I'm Jimmy. Thank y'all for watching and taking your time with this one. We'll do some maintenance and we'll show you some more maintenance in future videos. But until then, have fun with your minis and any of your other projects too.